But adjusting your schedule, adjusting your life to fit that goal is really what we're talking about here. So just because you can't work out on the exact day you want to, or you can't do the plan perfectly, doesn't mean we're going to give up. We're not going to give up just because the plan's not perfect. We're going to shift. We're going to make adjustments. We're going to manage the plan, manage the decision that we've already made to achieve our goal. Hey everyone, welcome to the Healthy Christian Podcast. This is Season 5, Episode 6, and we've been talking about how to live healthy physically in this season. And today we're going to dive into the word strategy. I believe we need a strategy or a plan to be successful in our journey of living healthy in all areas of our life, but especially physically. So we're going to talk about this and a little bit on how to develop that. So let's read in Proverbs chapter 21, verse 5 says this: "The plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance, but everyone who is hasty comes only to poverty." The key here is the plans of the diligent. People who are going to make plans, who have a strategy, a way to get to their goals, is the ones that are going to live in abundance. I think that's some pretty good wisdom. Yeah, do people randomly fall into success? Maybe, but it's probably very far and few in between. So I believe for the majority of us that we need a plan to be successful, and we need to think about this plan and be very strategic on moving forward. I remember when I was really getting big into health and fitness, and I had a trainer and someone helping me. And as I was working out and doing these exercises and these health recommendations, at first I really wasn't seeing the results I thought I should have. And so I wanted to quit. I wanted to give up. I wanted to change course. I wanted to make some shifts and adjustments. And I was talking to one of my friends who's been working out for a while. And I told him, hey, I don't really think the trainer's advice is working. It's not seeing the results that I want. And he's like, hey, just stick with the plan. Just stick with what she has told you, what your trainer has told you to do. Don't give up so quickly. Stick with the plan. You've got a plan. This plan has been tried and true. Other people have followed this plan and been successful. So stick with the plan. So that's what I want to encourage you today, is when you begin to develop a plan, to stick with it. But first, you need a plan. You need a strategy. You need to figure out what it is that you want to accomplish and that you want to be successful in. I like this quote that I've heard before. It says, if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. I'm going to say it again. I think it's really impactful. If you fail to plan, then you're planning to fail. This means that without a strategy, without goals, without strategic steps, then more than likely you're going to give up and you're going to get discouraged. And so we really need a plan to look forward. So first, identify a goal. What are your goals? What do you want to accomplish? This is a key next step from today's podcast, is pick one thing that you want to accomplish when it comes to your physical health. What is it? One thing that you want to improve, and then we're going to develop a plan around that one thing. You may have a bunch of different areas of your life that you want to improve, and that's okay, but what's one thing that you can identify to build a plan around it? And then we're going to develop this plan. And we've talked about this in previous episodes, is thinking more long-term, not thinking short-term. But hey, I'm going to commit to a plan for a month, maybe 3 months, 6 months, whatever it is. But committing to this plan, this strategy that you have, and to actually see if it works. Quite honestly, when it comes to your physical health, very few people see results within weeks. It takes time, and you need to know that. And so you're going to develop a plan, and then you're going to stick with it. Whatever this plan may be, I really want to encourage you to seek some advice. There's tons of advice out there online, but find somebody that you've seen be successful in the area that you want to improve and you want to go after. And maybe this is going to take an investment from you, whether it's your money, your time, research, reaching out to someone, doing some things maybe you're not comfortable doing. It's usually going to take some investment to find a good plan. But I want to encourage you to do that. Do a little bit of research before you just try something random and you just go about some crazy plan that someone just developed online. Do your research, do your due diligence, ask people what's worked for them, and see some actual results from people, whether you know them or not. Get some data around this plan before you start it. But you need this plan to stick to it, commit to it. And then after you do this, this is going to be another key, is make the decision once, then you just manage it. Here's what I mean by that. So many times we say, I want to eat healthy or I want to live healthy. And we make the decision, and then it's like every weekend or something, we're not eating healthy. We're going right back to old habits. Really, what you do is you make the choice, I'm going to follow this plan. And all you're doing is making adjustments as you go along your life to stick to that plan. Here's an example. Let's just say that you have a plan that you want to gain a certain amount of muscle. And in order to do that, you need to work out a certain amount of times a day or a certain amount of times a week. Well, life happens. Things come up. People have events that they invite you to, and you're not always able to work out every single day. But adjusting your schedule, adjusting your life to fit that goal is really what we're talking about here. So just because you can't work out on the exact day you want to, or you can't do the plan perfectly, doesn't mean we're going to give up. We're not going to give up just because the plan's not perfect. We're going to shift. We're going to make adjustments. We're going to manage the plan, manage the decision that we've already made to achieve our goal. So it's okay that you may shift and adjust and move the plan a little bit in order to make the plan work. That's perfectly okay. But we're going to make the decision once. This is my goal. This is what I want to do. And I'm going to work towards that. The rest of the decisions and working that out for the next few months is just me managing the decision that I want to achieve. Okay? A little mindset shift there that is really powerful if you can embrace that concept. So another next step that I want you to take away from today is, in order, I believe, for a plan to be successful, it needs to be in front of you. This plan, this goal, it needs to be somewhere that you can see it and be made aware of it often. So find something in your world, in your life, in your rhythms that you're going to see every day, you're going to use every day. For many people, this is your phone or some digital device, or maybe it's the refrigerator or your car or a workplace. Find somewhere that you can put this goal and this reminder in front of you every single day to see it, to remind yourself, hey, this is my goal. This is my plan. This is what I'm working towards. And that is really going to help you stay focused for when the plan's not quite working out the way you thought it was going to work out. You're like, you know what? It doesn't matter. This is the plan. This is the goal. And I'm going to wait until I've worked this out for 2 months, 3 months, until I change the plan. So staying focused, knowing your goals, having your goals in front of you is, I believe, a really important key to being successful in working out plans. And also, when you put this out in front of yourself and maybe even where others can see it, it begins to bring up conversations with other people, which I think is a huge key to success. If you've heard me talk about this before on this podcast, is finding people that can be in your corner, that can help you achieve your goals. I really don't think we do this enough. Honestly, when we talk to most people, we're usually venting about problems instead of really talking about our goals, plans, aspirations, and what we desire to do. We're usually talking negative. We're usually talking down to people if we're honest. And so shifting our conversations into, these are my goals. This is what I'm working on. And you'll be surprised at how just sharing with people, again, keeping these goals in front of you, could create opportunities for more wisdom, more insight, and maybe sometimes just as simple as encouraging you along the way. So these are some 2 key next steps that I want to repeat for you, is develop a plan with a specific goal. You need a goal right in front of you that you're going to determine. You're going to pick one goal that you want to accomplish. And then after you've identified that goal, you're going to do a little bit of research and spend some time, maybe a little bit of money, whatever it's going to take for you to develop a good plan that you feel good about, okay? It doesn't have to be a perfect plan. You just feel good that you want to try this plan, and then you're going to stick to it. You're going to write it down. You're going to put it somewhere on some notes or strategically place it where you can be reminded of this goal. So the key resource here, I believe, is finding what's going to stick in your life. So whether it is a piece of paper in your car, at your work, on your phone, digitally, reminders on calendars, whatever resource is going to work for you to keep you focused on a plan and a goal, I believe is really important. For me, this is my calendar. I've learned if I don't put it on my calendar, it's probably not going to happen. So I have to put things strategically on my calendar and even in time blocks that I want to accomplish those in. And being realistic about those time blocks have also helped me. I've also learned not everything in our life takes an hour, especially when it comes to your physical health. Maybe you can go to the gym and knock out this workout in less than 30 minutes. Challenge yourself to really think about what is possible. This is just managing the plan. So if you put a plan in place where you want to work out for several days a week and you can't go to the gym for a full hour, can you go for 30 minutes? Can you do 15 minutes? How can you manage and adapt to keep this plan, to keep moving forward, and to stay focused? I believe when you will have a plan, when you will stay focused, you will see some amazing results in your life. You'll be more focused. You'll have some momentum. You'll begin to see success and be even surprised at how quickly you'll see success just because you had a plan and you stuck to the plan. I hope you find this encouraging. I'm looking forward to hearing some feedback from you on the plans you developed and the success that you're seeing in your life. Hope you find this encouraging. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you for tuning in to the Healthy Christian Podcast. Now it's your turn to put these principles we've discussed into action. We'd love to hear how they've impacted you. Please rate, review, and share the podcast with others. Join us on social media to continue the conversation and share your insights. Until next time, stay healthy.